model, which is really good actually. Secret of Mana with the guide in the back, and I've added these Game Boy games because they're one of my favorite games on the Game Boy. We have Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Wario Land, my favorite game ever since I was a little kid. Donkey Kong, you guys probably can't even see that with the glare. Uh, Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3. And they're on the Doom PSX version. I like that Doom actually. It has dynamic lighting. Next to that we have Night Trap. The game is horrible. Um, and then we have one more energy drink added to the collection. Street Fighter, The Punch is Within You. Donkey Kong, Mario on the right, and Resident Evil. The Antidote, T-Virus Antidote. And as you see, as I zoom out, we have the Super Nintendo games. I'll show you around because I like to prove people that I'm not bullshitting and this is all what I have, which may not seem to a lot of people, but it is a good amount. Then we moving on. We have Doom 2 in the back. That box, if you guys ever find it or purchased it in the past, read it. It's hilarious what they say in the back. They're talking about how you're shivering as you hold the game, whatever that means to them. Then we have Breath of Fire 2. I didn't like that game all that much. Under that we have Darius Gaiden, one of the hard shmups. Not really the hardest, but it is one of those types where will really get frustrating to you. Banjo-Tooie, I like it, but I don't even, I haven't played it to the point where I can tell you what the game is about. I mean, it's like Donkey Kong 64. So, Chrono Trigger, which I forgot to put on display in my other videos, but here it is now, is Chrono Trigger. My
came out at a time when none of that kind of stuff existed. You would, basically how it works is you would get the Sega Channel. It was a box. It was like a pretty big cartridge. You'd put it in your Sega Genesis. You'd hook up your cable to it from your cable television, and every month you would have about 50 new games to play. You would turn on your system. A list would come up of different categories. Here's the adventure games, here's the fantasy RPG games, here's the sports games, here's the special games or whatever, And then you'd click on a category and a list of games would come up. You'd click on a game, it would take about a minute to load, and you'd be playing a full-fledged game on your TV. Come on. Even today, we don't really have anything like that. We gotta pay $5 or $10 for a game, like on the Virtual Console, or the Xbox Live Arcade, or the PlayStation Network. It was unheard of. It was like, I was amazed when it was my birthday, and my parents were like, "What do you want for your birthday? Birthday party with your friends, or do you want the Sega Channel?" Sega Channel, that's what I wanted. And man, when I turned that thing on, every month it would refresh with 50 games. Some of them would repeat. And I mean, back then, I didn't realize, but they had exclusive games on there that never made it to America, like Golden X3, Pulseman, and even I think Dr. Wily Wars for the Mega Man game that never made it to the States either. But basically, it's like having a library, an ever-changing library of Genesis games at your fingertips. And back then it was $15 a month. With, yes, there's inflation now, but that really wasn't that much for the amount of games that you were getting. And it was really, really cool, to have that, because then I wouldn't have to go out to the stores or beg my parents or save my money for those 50, 60, upwards of $70 Genesis games that were out there. I mean, imagine if Super Nintendo had something like this. Like I said, yes, we have something similar to it now, but this was a subscription-based games program that was out in the early 90s. Can't get any better than that. I totally miss it. I wish it was still around, and that's my number one pick for the thing that I missed the most in the 1990s.
Just love Castlevania games. This is a cool 3D game. 007, The World Is Not Enough. My favorite 007 game. Like it better than GoldenEye. Great multiplayer game. Awesome music. Gaunt Legends. Love this game. Great multiplayer game. Rock Shower. All that crap. It's my favorite Gauntlet one. Hydro Thunder. Cool arcade port of it. Plays just like the arcade. I really like the arcade one. GoldenEye. Really good multiplayer game. Shooter. just don't like it as much as The World Is Not Enough. Everybody likes GoldenEye so much better, how great it is, but you know what? I don't think so. A WCW vs. NWO World Tour. I don't even remember getting this. I don't know. I've always been a WWE fan, not a WCW fan. There, and then this one, WCW Revenge. They're really not that good. I don't know. Not like No Mercy. But, you know, whatever. Pokemon Stadium. I really like the Pokemon Stadiums, how you could just, you know, hook them up with the Game Boy little attachment and play your